So let's look at a real manufacturing ERP system. And we work with a lot of different ERP systems. We work with dozens of different ERP systems at Altamir Consulting. But for small businesses, MRPeasy is my favorite one. It's a fully web-based system that comes packed with all of the essential features to run a manufacturing operation, and you can connect it to QuickBooks Online so that you can continue to use it as your accounting system. So what you see here is the main menu. This is where all of your customer-facing functions are, like your customer orders. This is where all of your manufacturing is. This is where your master parts list is and inventory. And this is purchasing. And this is accounting. So let's walk through them very quickly. If I click on the CRM module, you'll see that it opens up to the customer order screen, and I'm presented with a list of all of the customer orders in my system. I can see the customer, and you can tailor this screen any way you want to. Every screen I'm going to show you has a little widget here that allows you to add or hide columns, and you can move them and drag them around as you want so you can customize it. This is the way I like to see it. So this is customer orders. I can see the customer name, but here are four columns that are showing me the status of that order through four different lenses. The first one is just the status of the order itself. Whether it's a firm order, I can see whether it is in the draft stage, if it's a quote that is not firm yet, if it's waiting for production and things like that. Here is the status of the products that have been ordered. So this tells you something about the status of production or purchasing that's needed to fulfill this customer order. The customer order is the locomotive pulling the train. It expresses demand. And this column is basically telling you what is the status of supply needed to fulfill and satisfy that demand. And you can see that the color tells you something. If it's red, it means it needs attention. And this is a test database, so a lot of stuff here needs attention. But it tells you whether it's delivered, ready for shipment, and things like that. Then there's another column that shows you the billing status, whether it's invoiced or not, and payment status, whether it's paid or not. I can also look at the totals. I can look at profitability, look at actual dates for delivery, and so I can see pretty much anything that I need to do about what customers are ordering. And if I poke into one of the customer orders, it's what you would expect to see here, the customer order line items. So the customer has ordered 3 different things from me. I can see what the status of each line item is. I can see the profitability of each line item. And down here at the bottom, all of the billing, the invoicing, the customer invoicing, the customer shipments are all part of the customer order. So it's all very logical for your employees to use. It's a very simple system. Now, if we turn our attention now to, let's look at manufacturing. This is a list of your manufacturing orders. Now, these manufacturing orders could be used to manufacture things in a variety of scenarios, whether you make to order, make to stock, engineer to order, make to forecast. All of those modes are supported. You can also have manufacturing orders to make lower level sub-assemblies or lower level manufactured components. That's all supported. And here again you have 2 different status columns that are giving you status through 2 lenses. This is the status of the order itself, and then this is a status of the materials that are required to support each manufacturing order. So you can see this very quickly. And you can see start and finish dates. There is a finite capacity scheduling capability within MRPeasy. So it's a pretty full-featured system. And if you poke into any of the manufacturing orders, you'll see a bill of materials and you'll see labor operations. So this is like a recipe basically saying that we need to make 1 engineering test unit, quantity 1, and you're going to need this raw material in this quantity, and these are the steps that are needed to make that. This could be 10 or 100 steps. This is a very simple example here, But the idea is it's just like a recipe. You have a list of ingredients and a list of things to do. So that's the manufacturing order, and understand that there is a capability for people on the shop floor to log into these orders and record the man hours that are expended on working on each of these orders. Now let's look at purchasing. So we go to the purchasing section. Here we have our purchase orders, same story here. I can see the status of the order, the billing status, the payment status. If you look at a purchase orders, you can see what you are purchasing from this vendor with due dates and quantities, and then integrated into the purchase order itself is the vendor billing, and also the purchase receipts, the deliveries. You can record that. You can have multiple vendor invoices, multiple deliveries if you have to give your vendors deposits, if you have partial deliveries. All of that is supported, and it's all built into the PO, so it's very logical and intuitive. And something that's very important for purchasing, it's easy to create a purchase order. The hardest part of purchasing is knowing what to buy and when. So there is a requirement screen, and this is the MRP, the Material Resource Planning aspect of MRPeasy. This tells me what I need to buy, how much, and when. And I can filter this so that I am only looking to see maybe everything that I had to order this month. For example, if I wanted to cut the list down. Okay, so I have 9 things that I need to place the orders now. That's what's meant by action date. And so because the lead times for the purchased items are in the system, so I need it on the 26th, but the lead time looks like it's about 4 days, so I need to order it now. If it was 100 days, then I would have to order it 100 days in advance. So all of that production scheduling and purchasing scheduling is all integrated into this system. For inventory, if you look at your master items list, this is your master list of all the items in the system. Some of them may be purchased, some of them may be raw materials, some of them may be finished goods, products that you sell. It's all right here. And then there are these columns here that give you inventory information. If you have any of these items in stock, it'll show right here the quantity. Now you may have 199 in stock, but let's say that 3 of them are spoken for. They are allocated to production work. They're reserved. Then you would have 196 that are free and available, but 3 would be booked, which is MRPeasy's word for allocated or reserved. And you could see that 1 has already is consumed in production and is on the floor in WIP. MRPeasy supports contract manufacturing if you use outside manufacturers to make your product. It supports manufacturing planning, meaning your bills of materials, and it manages your labor routings. It supports finite capacity production scheduling. It does receiving inspection for quality control. It also provides material lot and serial traceability, which is important for food manufacturers, medical devices, industries where you want that kind of quality control. And it's an actual costing system. That means that if you buy material for $1 a pound in January and then $1.25 a pound in March, you will see what the dollar cost basis is for material for every manufacturing order that you produce, and you will see the actual labor hours that are absorbed by each manufacturing order. So you can basically track the profitability and cost basis of your production over time if you so choose. If you'd like to try it out, you can create a free 30-day trial account for MRPeasy using the link in the description. And if you need any help selecting or implementing a new ERP system, or just want to make your existing system work better, then schedule a phone call with us using our company webpage.